Hi, and we're back with our Nintendo Switch coverage. Talking about different things about it as we are waiting for this Friday, March 3rd, for the Nintendo Switch to come out. We've already talked about some starting things. We talked about the hardware, about how portable it is, about the different controllers that it has, and now we've worked our way up to the launch titles. So there's a number of different games that are going to be coming out. There's Legend of Zelda, there's Bomberman, Just Dance, Binding of Isaac, Skylanders, 1-2 Switch, and I Am Setsuna.
I know the one that everyone's going to be getting is 1-2 Switch, or Just Dance, but definitely not Zelda. Definitely not. No one's getting Zelda.
A lot of people want to get
No
1-2
one.
Switch.
Yeah, well, let's start with Zelda. So, it's a launch title starting off with Zelda, which is really strong. A lot of people really like Zelda, so this is doing a good job to sell the system. We've seen some trailers for it. We've seen some people playing through it for different scenes. What are your thoughts? Skyrim. Yeah, it's open world, which I think is going to be interesting. It's not linear. You can kind of go anywhere, kind of do anything, which is going to be nice. I'm liking that from what I'm seeing, and I like games that have collecting and crafting and building things and stuff like that in it. As long as it's not too much, which it doesn't seem like that's the case.
So you don't like Minecraft? It's too much.
No, Minecraft is good, but I mean that's the whole point of playing Minecraft, is that system. But when they try to stick that in games where that's not the point, and it becomes laborious to be able to do anything because you're constantly trying to find the stuff, that's what makes it kind of hard. I think games like Minecraft and Terraria and stuff like that, that's kind of like the whole point of it.
And Ark, and Cube Creator, and other sandbox games that we probably played in our lifetime.
Starbound.
That's a good one.
Starbound.
Space Terraria.
So we'll definitely be getting Zelda. We've already got it pre-ordered, so that's one that we'll be getting and we'll be playing. One thing that I wasn't too thrilled about it, I am not thrilled about the art style.
It's okay.
It's okay, and I think in this case, I think when I'm playing the game, I'm going to forget about the art and end up liking it. But right now, not really being able to play the game and just seeing it on someone else playing it in a trailer or something, I don't like it. Zelda seems to keep changing their art direction. It keeps going all over the place. And with Twilight Princess as, being a very detailed, realistic look at it, it almost seems like a step backwards. And
Twilight
you've
was
got
the last one, right?
This is the Last Council one.
This isn't Toon Link.
Yeah.
That's garbage. Toon Link's
But if
garbage.
you're trying to sell a new system, you often show how much better the graphics can be and that kind of thing. And this is just, I don't know. I think it's definitely a step down in the graphics.
Opinionated though. Somebody might like it more.
Yeah, a lot of people like it.
It's Nintendo's way of saying, look, we've got art, but not as good as PlayStation and Xbox.
Or anything else.
PlayStation makes
Hey,
art.
at least they beat the wireless
Xbox
R60.
makes games. So PlayStation makes art, Xbox makes games, or not Xbox, Nintendo, the one we're talking about, and Xbox makes both. Xbox is superior to all.
Alright, so the next launch title, Bomberman, which is another game that we've pre-ordered. So we've pre-ordered it with the Switch. We'll be getting Switch, Zelda, and Bomberman all in the same shot.
In the trailer, they say that there were 8 brothers, but I'm pretty sure not all of them are guys, and I'm pretty sure you don't call girls brothers.
Yeah, that seems a little weird.
I'm pretty sure the pink and light blue are girls. if they're guys, I'm just gonna look at them and say, what are you doing with your life? And if they're girls, I'm gonna say, what's wrong with the company that makes it, calling them brothers? Either way,
I'm sure that's not the highlight of the game that people are.
They've got explaining to do.
People are out there wanting to know whether they want to get Bomberman or not, and the big question is: are there 8 brothers or 6 brothers and 2 sisters?
No one cares.
I'm excited about this game too. I've always liked Bomberman. The formula hasn't really changed that much over the years, but I think that's kind of a good thing because it's a nice multiplayer type game where a bunch of people can get together, just have some fun.
Fun blowing each other up.
Yeah. It doesn't really need to change that much. I think the way that they've done it, they made it a little more 3D, yet kind of maintained the overhead view, which is nice to make it look a little newer, but still kind of maintain the same thing. I believe you can customize the Bombermans. I really like that about the Xbox version of it, where you could customize.
You can customize them on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, you can customize on the PlayStation 3, but the nice thing about the 360 edition was that it saved it to your accounts. So if you had 3 people all playing together, it remembered how you customized your one, so when you joined it. But on the PlayStation 3, it was all the owner's account, and you had to keep re-customizing whenever like your friend joined or something. But with 360, it brought it from your own game that you had, so that was kind of neat.
Bomberman is one of those games where you don't have to change the formula and it's still okay. Like,
yeah, and I think this one here kind of starts something, at least that we're probably going to see with an awful lot of the titles, awful lot of what Nintendo's doing, is trying to reach back into the nostalgia factor. A lot of the different games are focused on older things that were successful and kind of bringing.
Sonic's very like that.
Yeah. There's a number of them that are like that, but I think Bomberman, Zelda's new. Zelda definitely is a step forward within it, not looking back as much. But
Mario Kart's looking back, all right.
Yeah, that
You can
one.
get it because it's the same game.
Yeah.
if you didn't have
Splatoon's
a Wii U,
very
then
similar.
it's still good. I mean, you guys only hate it because you have the original. What if you didn't have Mario Kart 8?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, Mario Kart is not a launch title, so I'm not sure why we're talking about it right now.
I'm
But
talking about all the games. I got a list here with Snipper Clips, Splatoon 2.
right, but
Binding
those are
Isaac,
those are
X-Men.
post-launch games. We're talking about launch titles in this episode, so
I said
let's
Binding. I said Binding of Isaac.
stick to the launch titles.
That's clearly. a
So
launch
moving
They
on
all
to
stink.
the next launch title, there's Just Dance.
title. First of all, I wish they would stop making new games to make it DLC. I think that'd be much better. Cause I don't want to pay $60 like if I were the one paying. I know you pay, but if I were paying, I wouldn't want to pay $60 just so I can have different songs and stuff. I'd like just DLC with the songs.
If I was paying, I wouldn't buy the game at all.
Yeah, but you won't like it.
I know.
We like
Yeah,
it.
but I think that's a good point, Jayden. That Just Dance, every iteration of Just Dance really is the same thing as the last time. People complain EA Sports of doing the same thing. There are tweaks to the engine. There are new things that they add in. But Just Dance is pretty much, I'm adding new songs. It's still last year's edition with new songs in there. So they could do it with DLC.
Yeah. Also, I don't think it's really good to call it this one and Skylanders, which is we're gonna get up to soon. I wouldn't really call them launch titles that much because they were already released like a while back.
Right. So those well, actually, there's a couple of them. So, Just Dance, Skylanders, I Am Setsuna are all games that, and The Binding of Isaac were all games that were available on other systems, and now they're going to be available for the Switch. But they're available day one, so that's why we're looking at them now. Just Dance is kind of fun. I think I kind of like how it's kind of one of those goofy get a couple people together and just act goofy in front of the video game system together.
The thing I like most about it is watching you guys play it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of fun to just mess around with it.
Watching you guys dance like idiots.
We have it on the Xbox One, and it uses the Kinects. I'm not too thrilled with the Kinects because the camera in it requires this like huge space, and we usually don't have that much space. We can stand in front of the TV, but it's so I'm thinking with the Switch, it's going to be at the Joy-Cons. How are you moving the Joy-Cons around? So I think I'm going to like that because you could in theory have it in the kickstand mode, so you can find an open space and play it without needing to be in front of a TV, which is going to be kind of nice, I think. Binding of Isaac.
Skip.
Boo!
Yeah, we don't know too much about the game. We watched a trailer for it. We were not impressed with the trailer.
It just seems like the trailer was based on religion, and if you're not part of that religion, you're not interested, and if you are, it's insulting.
Well, it's not just based off of religion, but it's based mocking that religion from what it looks like. So, I don't know. It just didn't sit well with us. So, that one we will not be buying. Just Dance is maybe. So Zelda is definite. Bomberman is definite. Both of those have already been pre-ordered. Just Dance has not.
No.
Next we got Skylanders.
We have that.
Yeah,
On a different system, which is Xbox One.
we have it on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Let's get it on all of them. Yay!
So the thing about the Skylanders, I like the customization of it and all that, and I don't think anyone who's kind of seen Skylanders, they're all pretty much the same. There's not a lot that's different about them. The only thing that seems kind of weird about this is that the portability of the Switch seems to fight the concept of the toys to life type things. There's a lot of games where the amiibos, you tap the amiibo, once it detects that you have it, it unlocks something forever. And that works well in a portable system because you can sit there at home and link them and then go off somewhere else and play it. But I can't imagine Skylanders.
Bring with you.
The 3DS version of Skylanders, which we had for one of them, was very clunky.
We had the original, and I think we might have had the Swap Force.
Yeah, you like scan two of them in, and then you can play with those two, and then you have to go back to the portal and relink them later, and it's just not so good. But for the console, when it's hooked into the dock into the TV, I mean, it's pretty much going to be what the other ones are, I'm sure.
They could just make the portal plugged into the Switch. It's not that hard.
Maybe plug in wherever the charger plugged in or something. I don't know.
Because even if it...
There are USB ports on the dock
Yeah.
too. So, all right. So the next one is 1-2 Switch.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Yo, flippity flop, 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 and
I don't want
flippity
milk from
floppity
cow.
flop, flop. It's a game where you get different games inside a game, but it's not bad like that Action 42 that they used to have on the older system. The guy just tried to steal all the money
looks like Nintendo
and make it in like
Land.
3 months. And it
Motion
actually looks
controls.
like it could be good.
You know what it reminds me of? Wireless Air 60. Or at least just Wireless Air.
I have a
Or
question.
Wireless 60.
Why when we look at 1-2 Switch do we think of all the failures that the video game systems that
Because
always
it's
had?
stupid.
Well,
Not that bad.
all right. First of all, we have 1-2 Switch on pre-ordered.
No!
So-
You're wasting money, man.
So that one I'm gonna have shipped. So we're not gonna have it. We're not gonna have it right away at midnight, but we will have it in the afternoon. Originally, I looked at it and I was thinking the same thing. This looks really stupid. And then
I was thinking of Action 54.
And then they only showed like 3 different of the games. There's 28 different games, and they only showed like 3 of them. And then as it kind of went on, they showed more and more and more of them. It's a game where it kind of shows what the Joy-Cons can do. Like Wii Sport showed the Wii remotes off.
And how the 3DS Face Raiders showed the camera off. You know what the common thing between those two are? They were free.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. It is cheaper. So 1-2 Switch is cheaper than.
How much?
I think it's 40 or 50.
It's not great.
It's not great. And I know a lot of people are complaining that 1-2 Switch did not come free. I think a lot of people don't want 1-2 Switch. So if it came free, nothing's really free. So the cost of the system would have to take something into account that there's a game in there. So either they have to reduce something else that's in the box or raise the price of it. They're not going to just throw it in for free. So if you don't want the game, you're going to end up paying for it. And you're going to end up paying for, it isn't good. So
Looks like a $20 or $30 game now.
yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm willing to give it a shot.
We'll have to see.
I'm willing to give it a shot because I think this is the kickstand game. Right? So I can see myself playing in front of a TV all the games. I can see myself playing them portable. This kickstand version though, where you're going to set it on the table, I think Just Dance and 1-2 Switch, those are great for them. And I think these are really good titles where if you bring them over to a friend's house, these are the games you're going to want to bring.
ARMS, maybe.
And I could definitely see a bunch of people getting together and playing 1-2 Switch. So I'm willing to give it a shot. It may stink, it may not. But I think it kind of plays into it. And I think one of the other reasons why it might not be included, like Wii Sports was included with the Wii, and it was all about those Wii remotes, and that was the whole point of the console. So it was kind of like, you get this, you view it, and this is what the console is. However, 1-2 Switch is not really what the console is. It's so much more than just the Joy-Cons. So it shows off the Joy-Cons, but this isn't a party system. It's got regular games that are on it. And then the last one we've got I Am Setsuna, which is, I think that came out maybe on PlayStation 4 already.
Probably.
I've never played it. Square did make it, and it's an RPG. So Square making an RPG usually is a good sign. I'm not sure why I missed this one.
Have they ever made a bad one?
They made some better than other ones.
Final Fantasy, which one is it? 11? Anyone? The one that no one remembers?
I remember it. It had a
11
a 1
is
and
online.
a 1.
That's why you don't remember it, because it's online.
12. Sorry, 12.
12. I can't wait till 12 comes out. They're remastering it. It's coming out on
Why?
PlayStation 4.
The only thing I remember is that Tyrannosaurus.
I know.
like every time someone says, "Hey, you remember Final Fantasy 12?" and I just say the game with the Tyrannosaurus, that's it.
Yep, it's the one with the
There's
Tyrannosaurus.
one enemy in that game I remember, and he's not even a boss. He's just there.
But this is a download-only game. There's no cartridge for it, so it's going to be available in the store, the digital store. So
Are you getting it?
I'm pretty sure I'm it.
Unless it turns out it's $120.
I believe it's a low price point. I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's like $20 or something.
I just want to point out that unless it's going to be a Toys to Life, no game is ever going to be 120. And even that, the Toys to Life having gone to 120. Like
There's
100, I think is the most.
There's $120 games, like when you include the
Well, the special versions.
right, like all the ones that have like the season passes.
I was talking about like
Battlefront was 128 because the season pass cost $60.
which you had to have basically. But
I just got it this
but I Am Setsuna, I think, is another one of those classic type games, which again, this was on another system. It's made by Square, so it's not really in there. But looking at a lot of the titles, and especially the ones that are coming out this year, they're all series. They're all things that are bringing back older memories, tried and true type things. Which
and Binding of Isaac.
boo.
No, I don't want to talk about that. It's garbage.
Yeah. So I think. Well, I mean, I'm not getting Binding of Isaac.
Definitely not.
I don't think I'm getting Skylanders again for this, unless I think maybe if we find it on clearance somewhere, like really reduced in price, I may pick that up just to have it on the system and try it out and see how that works. But it would have to be really cheap. Zelda, Bomberman, and 1-2 Switch are already all pre-ordered. So I Am Setsuna, gonna buy that in the digital store. Just Dance is maybe might get that.
I think Just Dance would be nice to have, but I think you should probably wait a little before getting it.
Yeah, I think that the thing about Just Dance too is that, like, we don't listen to a lot of like popular songs on the radio or anything, so it's not like most of the songs we don't know.
I didn't see the full list, but none of the songs I did see I recognized.
Yeah, so that's not great. So, but that's the launch titles. So this has been episode 4, and we'll be back with episode 5. We'll be talking about games that are coming out after the launch.
Post-launch.
Post-launch games.
Why is it called post-launch? Does the post office bring you launch titles?
Post means after.
Why are they after the launch? Why can't they be at the launch, before the launch? Why can't they be ever? I don't like it.
I don't like you either.
I don't like you either, fool. Stay tuned for
See you next time.
episode something. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, watch more of our videos. Like us on Twitter. And don't get Binding of Isaac. Remember that, friends.